All right, so we have a lot to get into, but first, we have to talk about our favorite person around here. Our bestie, our wonderful, kind, beautiful savior, Miss Taylor Swift. It has come to my attention that Miss Taylor has dropped 34 versions of the Poets Department. I'm not joking. 34, including the Collector's Edition Deluxe with the manuscript, Collector's Edition Deluxe with the Albatross, Collector's Edition Deluxe with the Bolter, Collector's Edition Deluxe with the Black Dog, the manuscript with the standard with the manuscript, the standard but Daddy I Love Him acoustic, standard Guilty as Sin, standard and Down Bad, standard in Fortnite. And we have vinyls, Target exclusive vinyl, the manuscript vinyl, pressing 1, manuscript vinyl, pressing 2. Don't forget pressing 2. The Albatross vinyl, digital, standard album, and My Boy Only Breaks in His Favorite Toys Live from Paris edition, quotes,
so
cassettes, manuscript cassette. It goes on and on. There are 34 of these. I'm not lying. I'm not joking.
This is billionaire excess at its worst.
Genuinely.
And
it feels like she's just doing this so she can stay on top, which is actually ridiculous. One of the versions of her albums that she released was coincidentally on the same day that CHARLI XCX dropped Brat, which, to bring Brat into discussion, I feel like CHARLI has just like really outdone herself with this one. To give you some lore, this album was like her breakout album to show like herself, kind of like a FU to her last label, because technically her last label basically had a problem with her. They wanted her to be more sexual, they wanted her to be more poppy, they wanted her to be more mainstream so they could make more money. And apparently she stormed out during a talk of authenticity because they were trying to tell her to post a picture with her dog to relate to people and la la la. And so after she left that label, she started working on Brat, which is why the cover of Brat is just green with the word Brat, because she wanted to wipe away all of the sexuality, the gore, the bloodiness that was in her previous album under her last label. And I went to go look to see what her other albums looked like as an example, and on Spotify at least, she changed all of them to look like the Brat aesthetic. So they're just like different colors with the word of the album, which I just think is it's a new era. It's a new vivid era of CHARLI, and her persona, I don't know, there's just a resurgence and there's a Brat movement going on, and I absolutely love it because this was CHARLI's almost like I can do it album, and she's doing the do once more.
This was her artist formerly known as Prince moment.
Yes.
This is artist formerly known as CHARLI XCX.
Yes.
So is she not with the label anymore?
She's with a new label, but she's not with that one anymore.
Do you know what label it is?
I don't. I was trying to look into it, but she's been with multiple labels.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, she's been around like for a long time in the grand scheme of things.
She has, and she's always been a girl's girl. She's always just like Addison Rae, which I'm not really that big a fan of Addison Rae, but she brought her up, and she's like her new song 360, literally just full of baddies. Literally, she just loves and supports everyone. And like one of the things she talked about was there's a difference between being a musician and being an artist. And like musicians just make music, whereas artists have like a persona to them. They have like when you say CHARLI XCX, you see the color green, like you know exactly her vibe, her essence. And I feel like there's a lot of artists like that. Not like Taylor Swift.
Oh my God. I think the reality of Taylor Swift is just, again, like it's billionaire excess. It's she can do it, so therefore she does. And like, you know, no stones thrown here, but except they are.
At this point.
At this point, no, it's interesting how the whole idea of the era is coming back in artistry. Like we saw that with Madonna, like back in the 90s, and now we're having it with Taylor Swift, CHARLI XCX, Madonna. Not Madonna. Madonna is like so strange to me because it's just like she appears and then she disappears, and like nobody. She has no staying power. It's like it used to be Madonna, like it was like a household name. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, but you know, it's so fascinating how these pop girlies come and go. But you know, the era is forever. The change and the transformation. It's so Silence of the Lambs of them, honestly.
So my exposure to Brad literally first came. So I saw the cover everywhere. I had no idea who the album was by. I was just like, oh, okay, I'm just seeing like this thing with like
a Brad.
With Brad and the green background, and then like who's a Brad? I don't know, I might be a little Brad.
Okay.
I might have been a little Brad one day or two.
You heard it here first.
Might have been Brad.
Zay is a certified Brad.
It's certified. And I saw that Fantano gave it like a 10 out of 10.
He should.
Which
I mean,
he has done that 6 times in his entire music career, and I'm like, okay, I know that's gonna cause a lot of discussion.
Okay though, but I mean, Fantano is such not he does not give a shit about the girlies. I feel like this is just to placate his fan base about how he never rates female artists above a 7. Like I say fuck Fantano. I'll give it a 10, but fuck Fantano.
Oh man, no, he's shout out to Melonheady, the guy. He be giving out random ass scores to albums. No, it really, because honestly, I'm like, it's not that this album isn't a 10. It's just like
this album is a 10.
It is a 10.
No, it is.
It literally is a 10.
It is, but then it's like I go back and then I listen to some other stuff that you said gave like a 4 to.
Like Mitski stays at a 7 for him. Like, and it's just like that album was groundbreaking for a lot of people. Like, you know.
Oui.
I don't know. I don't trust a bald man with glasses unless it's my Uncle Todd to tell me about music.
Shout out to Unc.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Thank you for listening.
Shout out to Unc.